We're joined by Mike Hussey here, just with a look ahead to the upcoming third Test match. It's an important one for both teams, but particularly for Australia to try and get onto the winners list.
Without doubt, yeah, we have to win this Test match, to stay alive in the series. So it's a big game. I know the boys will be hurting quite a lot after the performance at Lords, and they're very proud guys, proud to wear that baggy green cap. So I'm sure they'll put in a massive performance, and hopefully after 5 good hard days we can come away with a win.
Well, the Aussies pride themselves on being at their best with their backs against the wall, and it's certainly the case here. Do you think there'll be any significant changes to the lineup?
I'm not sure. I think we need to have a close look at the conditions. I've played a little bit at Old Trafford and with county cricket and one-day cricket and things like that, and the pitch can turn quite a lot if it's quite bare. So I think the selectors need to have a close look at the pitch and see what it's going to be like, and if it is quite bare and not much grass on there, then I think maybe consider the two-spin option. Particularly having the balance of Shane Watson being able to bowl medium pace there, then I think we can accommodate the two-spin option, which would be exciting. As far as the batting side of things, I don't know which way the selectors are going to go, but I really hope that they try and show some faith and belief in the guys they've got there. It's only been 2 Test matches. Obviously, there's not a lot of runs being scored yet, but England's a tough place to learn how to bat, and the pitches are different, the ball's different. England has got a very good attack, but the more you play in those conditions, the better you get, and I'm anticipating the Australian top order to get better and better as the series goes on. So I'm sort of tending towards hoping that they stick with the guys that have been playing.
I suppose one of the changes being mooted is that of David Warner coming into the side. If that were to happen, what would he be looking to do? What sort of role do you think he would play?
Well, yeah, I don't know. He's obviously opened the batting, throughout his Test career so far, and obviously he's done a pretty good job at doing that. But there's been a talk of him coming in the middle order as well, which I think he could do. He's an adaptable player. He runs well between the wickets. He can work the ball, and I think he could do that role if the balance was right. I personally think it's a tough ask for him to come in and play this Test match. He's been over in South Africa, another country, playing. It's great that he got some runs. He's got to fly all the way back to England, get over the jet lag within only 1 or 2 days, and prepare for a Test match. I think it's a tough ask, so I would be a little bit hesitant about picking him for this next Test.
And just from a bowling point of view, there's been James Pattinson obviously be hit by injury. He's come back. Do you think there'll be much changes to the bowling lineup? You've mentioned the spin options, but the quicks, who do you think they'll go with there?
Well, again, it's a tough call. I think that's one area that we've looked pretty sound in. The guys have been doing a very good job with the ball. The two-spin option is definitely an option if the conditions warrant that. But I'm a bit of a Mitchell Starc fan. I think having that left arm variety is very important. If the conditions are quite abrasive, he can bowl very good reverse swing. Obviously, swing the new ball as well. So I think he adds a good variety to the attack. And I'm also a big fan of Jackson Bird, who can come in and just do a great job. But I sort of feel that having a little bit of variety might help, because we've got the likes of Siddle and Ryan Harris already there that can bowl those good lines and lengths and be patient and disciplined for long periods of time, which is something that Jackson Bird will do as well. So I would tend to just maybe edge towards Mitchell Starc.
And you mentioned the English attack. They may go in with 2 spinners in Panesar coming into the squad, and of course Graeme Swann. As a left-hander, he's yourself, you would have faced him a little bit. He's been a bit of a handful for the Aussie lefties. What would you be looking to do when you play against Graeme Swann?
Yeah, he's a tough competitor, that's for sure, and particularly tough for a left-hander. He's got a great record against the lefties. I had one series where I really struggled against him, and then I had one series where I felt like I played a lot better against him, and there was one difference, and that was trying to have a real positive intent against him. If you just try and survive and defend and bat too long against him, he'll be able to build up pressure, and he loves being able to bowl lots and lots of balls at guys. So it's really important to stay positive, be proactive, not look to do anything stupid, and play silly shots, but just being able to rotate the strike, get off strike, and run hard between the wickets. That puts pressure back on him. I know from playing with him in county cricket, he doesn't like guys using their feet to him. He likes guys trying to sweep, because it's a dangerous shot for him. He really attacks the stumps all the time. But each individual batsman probably has to work out how he could play him best. But I'd really try and encourage the guys to stay positive and show a bit of intent against him.
Is that one of the real balancing acts for the Aussie batsman at the moment, is finding that right measure or balance between attack and defence? that positive intent, but without being reckless.
Without doubt, and it's a tough balance as well and a tough challenge. But I always found that if you had that positive intent, that even if it was a really good ball, you're in very good position to be able to counter that and even let the ball go if need be. But if you're in that tentative, negative frame of mind, just looking to survive, looking to hang in there, then I found that you generally there was a ball that had your name on it, and not too long either. So it's just important to be positive, show that positive intent, and if it is a good ball, then you can still defend it, but you'll be in a better position to defend it.
The other thing we've seen with some of the English batsmen who've been doing quite well is that they've absorbed a lot of balls and not necessarily had a really high scoring rate, but been able to bat for a long period of time. Is that something else that the Australians will be looking at?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't think we should necessarily make an issue of that. You've got to have that clear game plan in your mind, but again, you don't want to have any preconceived thoughts of I want to bat a lot of balls, I want to defend, I want to be there for long periods of time, because automatically you're taking your mind off what's important, and you might miss out on a great scoring opportunity. So I think the English players have played very well, definitely, but they've been able to pounce on the loose ball as well. So that sort of tells me that they are in a very clear mind. Australia's bowled well, and they've kept a lot of our good balls out, but as soon as we've bowled a loose ball, they've been on top of it and looked to score quickly. So it is important to try and have a clear mind, just see the ball react. If it's a good ball, then just show it the respect it deserves and get through that one and wait for the loose one.
And just crystal balling a little bit, who can we expect to see do well for the Australians in this Test match?
I'm not very good at the crystal ball act, but I'm hoping the top order can really get in there and get some big runs. I'd love to see the two openers, Shane Watson and Chris Rogers, get the team off to a great start. Both score big hundreds, and then that would really set the game up for the rest of the boys.
And the guys, just in general, what will be going through their minds as they approach this game, and from 24 hours out, how will they be approaching it?
I think it'll be tough for them. Obviously there's been a lot of criticism, a lot of negative talk, and they're under enormous pressure because they have to win this Test match. But I think it's really important to eliminate all those distractions and things going on in your mind and just really focus on what your job is in the team and trying to execute that as well as you can, and trying to do that for as long as you possibly can. That's all that's really important, and if we can collectively do that as a team and everyone does their job, then after 4 or 5 days, I give us a great chance to win.
Darren Lehmann, someone that you played a lot of cricket with, do you think he'd have a positive and calming influence in the dressing room?
Without doubt, I think he'll do a very good job. And I think there's so much stress and tension and intensity around Test match cricket that what he will do is try and take the pressure off the guys. Try and release that pressure and say, go out there and play, relax, enjoy the game, and that gets you in a frame of mind where you can go out there and hopefully play your best cricket. If you're too tense and you're trying too hard and putting too much pressure on yourself, it's very, very hard to execute your skills as well as you want to.
And that first session of day one is going to be all important just for setting the tone of the match.
Yeah, it is. It's not the be-all and end-all, but it is important that we get off to a good start. It'll really help settle the players down as quickly as possible. It'll let England know that we're right up for the challenge. So it is. Any first hour or first session is absolutely crucial. And let's hope Australia wins the toss, has a bat, and none down at the end of at lunchtime on the first day.
Mike, thanks for your thoughts and your input. We'll keep our fingers crossed and our hearts with the Australians, and let's hope we can turn things around and get a win in this third Test.
Without doubt, definitely. Should be good to watch.